L'chaim v'libracha. For life and for blessings. Can you experience truth? Is truth meant to be experienced? We speak about my truth. There's my truth, there's your truth, then there's the truth. The truth is, I am not the truth, and I can't experience the truth. We can experience connection. So when we pray, for example, we can feel connected to God. When someone gives, a loved one gives us a warm smile, we can experience connection. Is that truth? Well, maybe it was my truth, that I experienced, but it's not really truth. It's my connection. It's my feelings. And we have to be careful that feelings don't become our truth. Feelings are, my feelings at least, meaning how you should look at your personal feelings rather than someone else's. My feelings are just that. They're my feelings. They're not my truth. Hmm. So truth, though, is not something to be experienced. It's something to submit to. Because truth is greater than me. I am not the truth. And therefore, I don't experience the truth. But I submit to the truth. In other words, truth is something greater than me. And that which is infinitely greater than me, God's truth, is something that I submit to. God is the ultimate truth. Because truth is something that doesn't change. Otherwise, it's not absolutely truth. It's a relative truth. That's why we speak about my truth, versus your truth. That's a relative truth, but it's not real truth. And therefore, don't submit to it. Most of us submit to it. And that truth is my feelings. Because I feel them truly, so they must be the truth. No, they're my feelings. Again, truth is something greater than me. So it can't be my feelings are true. They're truly my feelings, but they're not truth. Truth is greater than me. Therefore, what do? I submit to it. I submit to God's truth. What's his truth? Well, the Torah is his truth. And therefore, when we study it, we submit to it. What does it mean you submit to it? It means that you understand it's holy, it's transcendent, and I put myself aside to understand it, how it's the truth, its message, not just allowing, to be bipartisan, not bipartisan, sorry, be partisan, and just see, Torah's saying my truth now. Okay, I like this stuff. No, it's your feelings. Don't submit to that. Submit to the truth of God that is greater in the Torah, and allow the Torah to resonate with you, its truth. So it can resonate with you for sure. And it should. I hope it does with our teachings together. Welcome to Tanya Today. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you for Chabad Zich and Kadesh in Montreal, Canada. It's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you the Tanya. We conclude today chapter 23. And chapter 23 is about being miyuchadim, to be united, to be bound and one with the divine, with God. Through the act of the mitzvah, we're bound. Our physical reality is bound. So you reach out your arm to give charity, to reach out your arm to do an act of loving kindness. Your physical reality in that moment of the mitzvah is bound up with God in that moment. You say prayers, you're bound up. Where is the greatest unity? The greatest bond you can have is through the study of Torah, what we're doing right now. That's the greatest unity you can have. Much loftier than through commandments, and even through prayer, even though prayer, which affects unity within the supernal worlds, right? And Torah study, you interrupt for prayers, not the other way around. That's only because you'd interrupt your Torah study anyways. Right? So that's why. So it does make prayer greater. But the unity that is accomplished through the study of Torah is unique. As we explained yesterday, the metaphor for that was the faculties of the soul with the soul itself, right? The intelligence and the emotions of the soul, which are the faculties of the soul with the soul itself, are really united. Well, that's the union that you have through the study of Torah with God. And when we are wise enough to draw upon ourselves this sense of great awe, when we engage in the study of Torah, that we consider, let's consider now, what's going on here? Let's get a handle on this. Let's consider how the soul and its garments are self-expression of the soul, right? Which are the thoughts that we have to have right now in order to understand what is being said, that you're thinking the thoughts of Torah, of the Tanya that are being expressed, and thereby understanding it. And the speech that I'm expressing, at least at this moment, right? Sorry. The speech that I'm expressing at this moment, right? So the thoughts in the brain and the speech in the mouth, they're truly fused with a perfect unity with God, with His inner divine will. The infinite light of the Ein Sof of God is manifest in the soul, in my soul right now, in your soul right now, and in the garments of the soul that we're studying. Now, first of all, that itself is awesome. Should be doing cartwheels right now. That's how awesome it is. Now, this infinite light that is manifest in us right now, even though we're not experiencing it, but submit to it. We're not experiencing it. I'm not experiencing. I'm aware of it. Really, am I experiencing it? I'm not refined sufficiently to experience that. But submit to that truth, right? Now, further truth about this, what we're doing right now, our Torah study, it's such a lofty level that all of the upper spiritual worlds and the lower worlds, including this world, of course, are truly nothing in comparison to it. Actually, absolutely nothing at all. Nothing. To this light that is now illuminating us. The world can only bear a minor degree of light of God, because if it were, it would revert to nothingness. And even that light of God is not integrated, is not clothed within creation, but animates it from beyond in transcended form, encompassing manner. So when you consider, follow this, folks, that the very same divine light that is completely beyond the capacity of the worlds to manifest itself is openly in my Torah study, your Torah study right now, right? Again, we're not experiencing it, but that's the fact. It's the truth. And truth is not about experience. Truth is about submitting to the truth. So when a thinking person will naturally experience a sense of awe. You're not going to experience a sense of that divine light. But when you think about this, awesome, this is awesome. This is what's happening. I'm studying Torah. That this divine light, the world can maintain it, contain it. It's not, meaning I'm greater than the world in my Torah study. The world is nothing in the force of my Torah study. That's pretty awesome, right? Like, whoa. Right? So I see people doing cartwheels now. L'chaim, l'chaim, bracha. Say l'chaim. That's awesome. And this is the meaning of the verse in Deuteronomy, Dvarim. And God commanded us to fulfill all of his statutes in order to have reverence, awe of God, fear of God, awe of God. What does that mean? In other words, here the Torah study is to bring us to a sense of awe. There's a sense of, this sense of awe is the highest level of experience that a person can have. Again, we're not experiencing that divine light, but when we think about it and submit to that truth, it is the truth. And in awareness of that and thinking about it, it brings us to the concept of awe is that we, rather than reverence or fear, this lower level of fear is that you don't want to be disconnected. That's a lower level of fear. The fear of disconnect. You don't want to disconnect from God. Like the child doesn't want to disconnect from their parent when they're walking through a busy mall. They're afraid of the disconnect. So when you have the presence of God sufficiently, you don't want to be disconnected from that presence, that awareness of presence. Awe is much greater. It's that the presence is so awesome, right, that you sense that greatness and you sense your smallness in front of it. Like being before a tzaddik, a righteous person, like the Rebbe, that you know, people had a problem that they couldn't verbalize something that they practiced to say because they had such a sense of awesomeness that they were standing before the Rebbe, right? So this, says the Alter Rebbe, is not something that every mind was capable of coming to. That's already a very lofty level, as he concludes his chapter, that, you know, that to sustain this kind of awe in when we learn Torah as we're learning now and sensing how we are like, you know, this light that God is imbuing my soul right now, my being right now through the study of Torah, my thoughts and my speech through the study of Torah that it's enclosed, something that this light the world can't maintain and contain. But we do. Again, we're not experiencing it. But when we're aware of it and submit to that truth, think about that truth. Ooh, wow. Again, the Alter Rebbe concludes and says, "Not and we're not all capable of coming to such an awesomeness, but even though we don't sense that, we don't experience that awesomeness, nonetheless, it shouldn't deter us from the actual performance of studying Torah and thereby doing mitzvahs, as we will come to and understand more when it comes to chapter 41. We'll get a deeper appreciation and understanding of this idea. Any questions? Victoria, if everyone studies Torah, and this light will fill the world. Oh yeah, different world. It'll be a different world. No question about it. Can Torah study be interrupted? So when I study, I put my phone, on airplane mode, so I shouldn't be interrupted by a phone call, or I shouldn't be interrupted by a text. So when we're studying Torah, ideally, we should be so focused. That's ideally. Now, sometimes you can't do it because you have other responsibilities, so, better that you interrupt your other things by studying Torah, and it's going to be, then you don't study because, you might be interrupted, because you may have to be interrupted, right? Yeah. But ideally, if we can not be interrupted, so definitely I suggest that, your phones would be on airplane mode and, and the like, you understand. Okay, we haven't said hello for a while. Let's say hello to Patricia in, I don't remember, was it Ohio, Patricia? Liba and Davida in New York, Elise in West Virginia. Paul, are you in Illinois? Um, Thank you for sharing, Paul. Where are you from? Joe in Washington State. Yazim is in Turkey. Um, Carmen in Texas. Nancy in Boston. By the way, folks, JLI course on decoding the Talmud, your last chance to get into it and sign up for it. It's something very special. Irma is, oh, no, Anise. Where are you from? You can private message me for your request. Banishment program. I don't know what that is. Um, Frank. Yes, leaders make leaders. That's true. What does it mean to gain a vav? I don't know what you mean that vav is the letter vav in front of word makes and. Uh, June in Australia is with us. Julia in Ohio. Jeff is I think, in Detroit right now, or down south, but I think Detroit right now. Eugenia in Calgary. John in North Carolina. Vicky is in Eureka, California. Diane is in Arizona. Daphne, South Carolina. Michael is in Germany. Simcha is in Florida. Stan in London, England. Who else is with us here? Victoria. Where are you from, Victoria? Um, Can't make this Moscow, something like that. Marcus in Santa Rosa. Amy is in Colorado. Cherries is in Israel. Henya. Patricia is in Ohio, right? Okay. Henya is in, I think, New York, if I remember. Yasmin has a question I didn't see. I don't see it. Sorry. Mariana, New Mexico. Very nice. James is in Birmingham, Alabama. Frank is in Syria. All right. Victoria is in Denman Island, BC, British Columbia. Okay. Oh, yeah, the Vav is and okay. Ah, okay. Enya Tova in Adirondacks. We have Yaakov in Pennsylvania with us. Marilyn from San Antonio, Texas. All right. And the Televenta. Life and You, Soul. All right. Alan's Alan with us. I'm missing some people, maybe. Yeah, okay. So Yasm's question, if you have a challenge, sometimes when we are truly, how can we stop this? When we study. You have a challenge when you study. I guess part of it is, thinking how awesome it is and how, sometimes just what's called, just just do it. Just, put away all the things that take away the focus, like the smartphone. Put it away. That's the way. Harlan in Saigon, Vietnam. Wow. All right. Thank you, Simcha. All right, folks. Rambam is coming up. Again, a reminder tomorrow night, the JLI course, Decoding the Talmud. For that, you need to sign up. There's a charge for it. Get a book, worthwhile. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you from Chabad Tzich and Kadesh in Montreal, Canada. It's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you, Tanya. Have an amazing, great day. Thank you for joining.